What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity build a video. Today we're going to be doing the Missy's Building Guide walkthrough part 6. I apologize for part 3. Apparently the end of that video doesn't have any sound. I was kind of afraid that might happen with that device, which is why I was hesitant about making the walkthrough city until I got a new phone. I went ahead and did get a new phone. We're going to do the walkthrough city on this phone. That being said, in the process of getting the new city set up on, or getting the city set up on the new phone, I got locked out of Facebook temporarily until they can verify my identity. So I had to save the city on Google. So just so you guys know, right now we're not connected to Facebook with this city. I wanted to tell you guys that because if that happens to you and you're in that situation, I also realized that it was doing something kind of weird with my phone. So since I had multiple Google accounts active on that device, you know, many of you guys switch between them if you have multiple YouTubes or if you have emails that you had to make for other platforms or whatever. The best way that I figured out how to do it was to go to the Google Play app itself and log out of whatever email it is that it's trying to set your old city to. So in my case, when I tried to log into the city that we built, it was telling me that I needed to, that I was going to retrieve my city, my 99 city, because it's connected to one of my Google accounts. Well, I didn't want that. So I went to the Play Store and I logged into, or not the Play Store, the Google Games. Okay. Logged into that and it still was showing my other city. So what I did was I wiped the app, I cleared the storage of everything, I restarted everything, and then it gave me a like a fresh notification of which account would you like to use. I picked the one that I wanted to use. Just make sure, you guys, that it has enough time to load to the server because it still wasn't showing that city. It was showing a total, it was basically just saying, here, you're going to be saving this tutorial city. So I went back to the phone that is broken. I logged out of Google Play and back into Google Play on that device to sync the save. And I did a contest to mayor's assignment. And I think that that's what did it because the save, after I did that, I was able to load this city up. So you guys just what you don't want to have happen is you don't want to save this tutorial city to the new email you just made, because once you do that, you can't undo it. So if that happens and you don't see the city available that you want to retrieve or whatever, just close the game, wipe the app, start over. Okay? All right. So yesterday, I told you guys that it was really important that we got as much done as possible before my club ends war, or at least until the cooldown happens. So I did a few things without you guys, but nothing major. All I've done so far was, I think I spent about 3 hours last night hunting the global market and doing just basic house upgrades. So I did go up a few levels, but I didn't want to buy anything without you guys. So that's why the happiness is crap. And that's why all the people are bitching at me. So I wanted to show you guys kind of what was going on. So first off, we have the services. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys what we've unlocked so far. We've unlocked the police, which I have not purchased without you. We unlocked waste management. Haven't purchased anything. We unlocked beach. We're not going to do any beach upgrades at all until we get to Mega. Reason being, okay, and if you didn't read the comm guide, if you didn't read the Missy's Building Guide, you really should. But the reason being is that the beach upgrades and the mountain upgrades are very, very limited, okay? You only get this many of them, right? They have a high algorithm rate in the contest to mayors, meaning they pop up regularly. They're worth 2,500 points. The items are easy to obtain on the global market. The only thing is they cost a lot of coins, and that's why it is so important that within the first 5 weeks that you stack up as many coins as possible so that you can prepare for that, okay? There's no sense in unlocking beach right now. We don't need to. It's not necessary. It's not going to better us in any way. It's only going to make it to where the first couple weeks where you guys are learning how to play the Contest of Mayors, you need those extra points. Okay, you really do. You need that boost up on your average. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. We unlocked a few items. So we've unlocked glue, we've unlocked cement. We also have a few shop time discounts. Okay, so again, I haven't purchased anything. So what we have right here is 110,000 coins, and that's just from doing house upgrades. Okay, I haven't really sold anything that I've made. I've mainly used it for house upgrades. So you guys, there's really no reason why you shouldn't be able to afford the necessary things. So the first thing we need to do is get the police coverage. So let's start with the police coverage, because our happiness is really bad right now. Now, I've already lined it up to where I can hit all the houses if I put it right in this area here. So we're going to move this like that. And then we're going to go to the police. Now, this one here is 36,000. First time purchase. As you can see, it's going to cover quite a bit of our map here. Boom. Okay, that leaves us with 74,000. What else do we need to do? First, we need to get our waste management taken care of, as you can see. The best one is going to be the garbage incinerator. So that's the third one over. Okay, that's for 15,000, 40 units. We need a demand of 41. Well, they're just going to have to suffer, because we're going to do the 15,000. That'll leave one person complaining. Okay, because we have some other things we got to purchase. Now, what else? We've got some notifications on the right-hand side. We've got 2 on our shop here. So looking here, our garden supply store, we're going to go ahead and purchase that. That's 13,000. Okay. Now, this notification, you see the little green arrow on our building supply store. Click that. That's telling us that for 12,000, we can get a 10% time discount on anything that we make in this shop. Okay. These are extremely important. You guys, coins are going to be really, really, really important throughout the game, but really important for you low-level players who are just starting out. Okay, so we've definitely got the 12,000. We can afford to do it. We're going to go ahead and do it. Okay, so we've got everything that is super, super important right now taken care of. The only thing left is that 1 unit of waste management here. Okay, now we may do that here in just a few minutes, but let's see what we got going on here. So I did 1 land unlock, which is right here. Okay, I drew it in the roads. And I believe I collected 1 clip tray. When I was hunting the global market, as you can see, I was able to get our storage up just a little bit, but I came across 5 locks on global, so I was able to purchase those. So we've got 8 locks. We've got, we only need 1 blade, and we can do the next upgrade on the land, which is important. And then we've got some just basic items here. Now, we're level 15, almost halfway through level 15. So my goal today, because of my war schedule, and honestly, this should be your goal anyways, because we're already in the Contest of Mayors, is going to be to complete Contest of Mayors assignments, right? You know, and for those of you guys who don't know, I'm going to go through some tips and tricks for you guys. If you want to leave money uncollected in your depot for that assignment, like let's say you have something here that you haven't collected on, or your taxes you haven't collected on, when you start this assignment, you can collect those and they work towards your assignment. When it comes to these other assignments like plastic, like metal, you don't have to start the assignment and then start producing the stuff. That would be ridiculous, right? So what you can do is you can start producing the stuff, and when it's done, then you start the assignment, and that way you have time to do other things, or you can plan around stuff. You know, like let's say that the time is a ridiculous amount of time. You'll learn this as you go, but that's just a couple of tips for you guys, for the people who are really new to the game. You guys got to remember when you're watching this that I know that some of you guys aren't quite that new to the game. I know that, but you got to remember that there are people that are. So I've got a mix of viewers who are a little advanced, and then people totally new to the game, and I have to remember how to not speak in such a way where I assume that they know what I'm talking about. And with some things, I feel like it's just too new to talk about, but then I have to remember that it's not, you know, so just bear with me on some of this stuff. Okay, so we've got this thing here. Okay, so the bottom left corner of your screen, you've got the little people button. That's our Facebook, which I told you we're not connected to that. We've got this little book here. That takes us to our city journal, which is our achievement area. This is our street sign. This is for new maps. Okay, so when you hit level 25 and you've reached a certain population requirement, you're going to be able to unlock other maps. That is not something you are going to be doing anytime soon, as when you unlock new maps, it unlocks new items. And new items means more difficulty for epic projects. It also unlocks new assignments for the contest of mayors. And if you want to remain a low-level player, you can't have all those upgrades in your list. You don't have room for them. So the moment that you unlock a new map, you become a high-level player. The moment you become a high-level player, you can no longer find rares because you're a high-level person. So don't do that, okay? This here is the design challenge. Now, this is a question that I get a lot. It's in the Missy's Building Guide document in the FAQ section at the bottom of the document. And that is that you cannot participate in the design challenge, okay? So the design challenge basically is a relatively new addition to the game. But what it does is every so many days, they say, okay, here's your little piece of a map. You travel to that little portion of the map, and then you design based on the stuff that you have obtained, like parks and things like that. And you design, and you have to meet the certain amount of requirements in order to submit the design. Then people will vote on your design, and then there's only one winner out of everybody, okay? It's ridiculous. Well, anyways, in order to submit the design, you have to reach a certain number of population. And what do you need for population? Experience. Yes, that's right. You have to level up in order to submit designs. You have to submit experience, but you don't get to keep the houses either. So you're just using this throwaway experience. You can't afford that, especially when you can't afford to level up because you got to find rares. So this portion of the game is off limits. It's not a very beneficial portion of the game. It does have a kind of like a pass, right? So you've got this design track pass where when people vote on your stuff, you get blueprints. Those blueprints are used to purchase whatever is in that pass. The blueprints don't roll over, though, so it is what it is, right? You get what you get out of that pass, and then that's it. They usually offer one new building for purchase for 2,000 blueprints, which takes quite a bit to get. You know, you got to submit a design pretty much weekly to get up to that. Or you got to purchase the blueprints, which is a ripoff, by the way. Then they offer one reoccurring building, usually, for 1,500 blueprints. And then they've got all kinds of other little petty rewards like cash and things like that. Okay, so talking more about that later. I've got that in videos. Just, you're going to ignore that portion, okay? So we're going to go ahead and look through our upgrades here. What we need to upgrade. Oh, so as you see right here, we've got a road notification. We're not quite ready to set up our red roads yet because I don't want to spend the coins to buy all the stuff just yet. And to be honest with you, your red roads are going to be in that position for a very long time, if not permanently. So, that being said, I don't want to put them just anywhere. Okay, I want to wait until I've got maybe something in the back area over here. That means that right now we are going to click on the road and see how the road is red. It's telling me that I need to pay in order to deal with the traffic. I need to upgrade the roads. We're not going to do that. That's ridiculous. You only get half your coins back when you have to bulldoze the road. We're not going to keep this layout. It's not worth it. The coins are going to be better spent elsewhere. So we're just going to hit this bulldozer for now. And there's actually two methods you can do. You can bulldoze the road, and then you can repave the road, and then it'll be fine. Or you can simply pick up something along the road, so hold down on it, and then place it elsewhere. And see how the road notification went away? Now we just put it back. Now that is actually easier than bulldozing, because when you bulldoze, what ends up happening is everything shifts. Okay, it shifts to the closest road, or it turns. Everything turns the opposite direction. Sometimes you have things arranged in such a way where you can bulldoze the road and that doesn't happen. For example, there's nowhere for these items to shift to. So there's not a road on the opposing side, so nothing's going to move if I bulldoze this. See what I'm saying? So I can just repave it. But it's still super annoying. It's more annoying than just picking up that one item, right? Now, sometimes that one item is not quite enough to make the notification go away. You might have to pick up 2 or 3 items depending on how long you've let this traffic jam go for. But it will eventually take that notification away. It will come back eventually, but it's better than having to pay a ton of money. Okay, when you click on the road thing here, you guys probably noticed there were some other roads. Pay attention, though, because they cost a certain amount per unit. So what this means is this is 12,000 coins for 1 square of road. Yeah, you heard that right. Super expensive. 10,000 per 1 square of road. Now, if you are somebody who is upgrading the basic road, going from base level road to max upgrade is 7,500 coins. So it's still cheaper if you were going to upgrade your roads. It's still cheaper than buying the design roads. Okay. However, when you get to a point where coins are not as pressing and you're in a position where you can start designing your city, you may want to buy some of these cool looking roads. I did. I mean, I've spent millions on the pink tree roads in my city, as you guys see all the time. Okay. All right. So let's go through and let's see what we got in terms of some of these upgrades. We need 1 nail, bricks, metal. That's not bad. Metal. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead, do a few upgrades here. I got to make some space, that's for sure. I'm actually going to upload this video. It's going to be somewhat short. Reason being, I'm testing out this phone and I don't want to get too much into this without knowing it's going to work. Okay. So we're going to go ahead, end this, and then I'm going to immediately start part 7.